So welcome everyone. A very good morning. This is lecture number 8 in units and dimensions. What we were discussing in the last class, we'll continue with the same discussion in this class and try to wrap it up by this class or the next class at the most. We had seen some uses of dimension analysis, and I think we were dealing with the fourth use. The fourth use of dimension analysis is to find the rough or a possible formula or empirical formula for any given physical quantities. And we had given an example of, we are doing an example of the time period of a pendulum. We already know the formula for time period of a pendulum. The formula goes like this. Time period of a pendulum is 2 pi root over L by G. Now, the question remains, can we get a rough formula for time period of a pendulum using only dimensional analysis? What we know is on what all things that this time period depends on, and as you can see, there are three quantities on which it depends on. Number one is mass, number two is length, and number three is acceleration due to gravity. With this information, we have to find out what? Can we derive a formula for time period of a pendulum? And as I can see, it's written HW there. HW standing for homework. I had given this as an homework. Did anyone try this question? Raise hands will tell me that you have tried. This will tell me that you have not tried. Yes, I can see at least one or two raise hands. Three. I am a count. 4, 5. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter whether you got the answer or not. What matters is whether you tried it or not. Now, if any question of this nature comes, and as I told you, question always comes, and I'll show you the question that came in JEE of this year. When I say JEE, I mean JEE Advanced, and you will be able to solve it. How are you going to solve a question of this nature? Now remember, we are trying to find out a formula for time period of a pendulum. So what do? I start like this. Time period of a pendulum T, I write it as equal to K. Now remember, this K is a number. This K is a number, and I cannot find out the value of this number using dimensional analysis. So I will not be able to find out the value of this K. But apart from this value of K, I would be able to find out the rest of the terms. So what do I could do? I go like this. I write time period depends on mass, length, and acceleration due to gravity. So I write it as equal to K times M. M standing for mass raised to the power of X. I don't know what is X. Multiplied by length raised to the power of Y. I don't know the value of Y. And multiplied by G, acceleration due to gravity, which is raised to the power of Z. And I'm sorry to say that I did not start the screen sharing. So this is how I will write it. T is K. K is a number multiplied by M raised to the power X, L raised to the power Y, and G, acceleration due to gravity raised to the power of Z. The only thing I have to calculate here is the green terms, and all these three green terms, X, Y, and Z, are unknown. I can find out the value of this X, Y, and Z using dimension analysis. I cannot find the value of this K using dimensional analysis. Now, how do I go about it? I keep on doing the same thing which we have been doing since the first class. What are we going to do? Any guesses now? Since I have just told you how it is to be done. Now, can you tell me what we are going to do? What will be the next step? This was step number 1. If I may call this, this was my step number 1. This was my step number 1. Step number 1 was simply writing it like this. What would be my step number 2? Just We've done it many times. We are not doing anything extraordinary. Anyone? What would be my step number 2? I'm waiting. What would be my step number 2? It's simple. It's not rocket science. It's not quantum physics. Quantum physics is difficult. This is not. Yes, tell me, Bacha, what would be my next step? What should be my next step? What we have done always since the first class? Yes.
Dimensions.
Dimensions, right? We are just going to look at the dimensions. That is correct. What is the dimension of time period t? It is t. Yes or no? T is equal to dimension on left hand side and dimension on right hand side. They must match. That's it. Now this k does not have any dimension, so it just does not come in the equation. What is the dimension of m, my dear friends? M is mass. It can only have the dimension of mass m. M dimension raised to the power of x. That is how I write it. What is the dimension of L? No prizes for guessing this one. The dimension of L is L only. L, remember this is multiplied. Raised to the power of y multiplied by. What is the dimension of G, which is acceleration due to gravity? L t minus 2, and this is raised to the power of z. That finishes my step number 2. I wrote it like this. Now what should be my step number 3? What should be my step number 3?
Trying to make them equal.
Trying to make them equal. Here on the left hand side I only find t, so what I will write is I will write m raised to the power 0, L raised to the power 0, so that they look same. On this side I also have some terms of mass, and on this side I also have some terms of mass. So now what do? I write it like this. On the left hand side I have m0, L0 and t. On the right hand side what do is I take the terms of mass together, take the terms of length together, take the terms of time together. So mass only occurs once, so it is m raised to the power of x. Length occurs twice. As you can see, it is raised to the power y and also raised to the power z. Remember, everything is multiplied. So if I multiply them, what will I get? L raised to the power of y plus z. Yes or no? Do we understand this?
Sir.
That's it. Time also remains. So t raised to the power, remember here, there is minus 2 and also z. So it will become minus 2z. Anyone has any problem with this step? This is my step number 3. Now can you do the next step? What will be the next step? What would be the next step? What would be my next step? No idea? No one has any idea? I will equate the coefficients because I have to make them equal. Equating the coefficients of, let us say, mass m. Let us first do mass m. What is the coefficient of m on the left hand side? What is the power of m on the left hand side?
0.
0. And on the right hand side you have
X.
x. So I get my first answer, my dear friends, and my first answer is x is equal to 0. That is my first answer. I have secured the value of x. I have calculated the value of x. What should be my next step? My next step would be equating the value of
L.
the next, or equating the coefficient of, let us say, L. Now let us look at the coefficient of L on the left hand side. It is 0. We are lucky that the question is like this. 0 is equal to let us say what is the coefficient on the right hand side, and on the right hand side I definitely see, if I look here, the yellow one L, the yellow one L, I can easily see the coefficient of L on the left hand side, or on the right hand side it is equal to y plus z. Have I done anything extraordinary? Yes or no? It is quite simple. From here I can simply get y will be equal to minus z, or z will be equal to minus y. Doesn't matter. They represent the same thing. What would be my next step? Equating the coefficients of the last term, which is t. Now remember, I only can make three equations. One for m, one for L, and one for t. Because I only have three dimensions here, m, L, and t. Therefore, if this quantity was depending on four equations, or four variables, or four quantities, dimensional analysis is useless, because I'll only have three equations. I cannot solve for four. So that is a limitation of dimensional analysis. Anyways, the limitation is not here. Equating the coefficient of t, what is the coefficient of t on the left hand side? It is 1. On the right hand side, it is minus 2z. Yes or no? From here, I can find out the value of z. Z, it is minus half. I can get the value of z. It is minus half. As soon as I get the value of z, I also get the value of y, because y is minus of z. So I get the value of y as 1 by 2. So now, if I look, I have solved the equation and I've got the answer for all the three terms, all the three green terms. My x has come out to be 0, my y has come out to be half, and my z has come out to be minus half. I cannot do anything with k. K is unknown, so I'll keep k as k. And now I can write this entire box like this. Can write this entire box like this. T is equal to k, which is a number which I cannot find out. X raised to the power 0, x is 0, so m raised to the power 0. I can neglect L raised to the power of half, and G raised to the power of minus half. So the above equation now starts to look like this. Do we understand this? Yes or no? No, yes. Do you understand this yellow equation? How did I get this yellow equation? Yes or
Sir.
no?
Yes, sir.
Now it might not look very good this way, so
Sir.
I can just write it in this way also, my dear friends. T is equal to some number k into root over L by G. This is the form in which it is normally written. With dimensional analysis, I cannot find the value of this k, but I can find out the other relation. But by our knowledge, we know the value of this k. How much is the value of this k? I have already told you. By further experimentation, we found out that the value of this k is 2 pi, which has to be done not by dimensional analysis because we cannot find this k ka value by dimensional analysis. Anyone has any doubt in how we have
Sir.
solved this question? Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
In step 3, we have written L power y plus z. I did not understand, sir, why that have written y plus z.
Anyone can make him understand why it is y plus z in the class? How many of you did not understand that it is y plus z? Raise your hands. You could not understand how we got y plus z? Well, okay.
A to the power of m plus a to the power of n.
E to the power of m plus
into
e.
a to the, sir, a to the power of m into a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n.
That is very simple. That is a high school maths. A raised to the power of m multiplied by a raised to the power of n is equal to a raised to the power of m plus n. There is no rocket science behind this. I hope you remember this. 2 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 2 raised to the power 3 is 2 raised to the power of 5. Is it so difficult to understand? Difficult? Anything out of the blues? Is it clear to everyone? You still have doubt?
No, sir.
It's very simple, beta. Okay, so that is how you can find out. That is how you can find out the rough equation. Why I'm calling this as a rough equation? Why I'm calling this as a rough equation? Because we do not know the value or we cannot get the value of k. K still remains unknown and therefore this is not the exact equation. This is a rough, empirical or a possible equation. Can we move on to the next question, my dear friends? Have you noted this down, everyone? Or anyone has still any doubt, please let me know. A raised to the power of n, m multiplied by a raised to the power of n is a raised to the power of m plus n. Similarly, a raised to the power of m divided by a raised to the power of n will be a raised to the power of m minus n. It is simple. Shall we move ahead for the next question? Yes or no? No, yes. Can we move on to the next question, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. So here comes your next question. And I hope you can see them. And I've just taken, I could have written this as well, but I want you to have a glimpse of what type of questions you are going to expect in the examination hall. I want to use the same language. And here comes the next question. Natural frequency, F of a closed pipe. This is in the chapter of waves, which might come in your 11th or 12th standard, maybe the last topic that you're going to do. The natural frequency, do you know the term frequency? Do you know the dimension of frequency? Yes or no? We have discussed this. Yes or no? You know frequency? Yes or no? Okay. It depends on, as you can see, 3 things. If it were 4 things, you cannot use dimension analysis because you only have 3 equations. It depends on number 1, length of the pipe. Number 2, density of air. Number 3, pressure of the air. Can you tell me a possible formula of frequency? That is your question. A possible formula of frequency from the information that is given in this question. possible formula of frequency from the information that is given in this question. I hope you know all the steps that you have to do. Simple, simple things. Remember, whatever physics we are doing, it will require some amount of maths. Here, if I say the previous question, where did physics finish and where did math start? Previous question, where did physics finish and where did math start? Well, I would say that, and with great confidence, that physics finished at step number 1. That is all. That is the entire physics in this chapter, in this particular question. Physics wala part finished at step number 1. After that, all the parts are what? Just simple maths. Everything after this, everything that we have done after this one, everything that we have done after this is simple maths. High school maths, I call it. Simple maths. You have an equation. Physics can only give you the equation. Solving it is a part of maths. Simple maths. So physics was one step. All the other steps are purely mathematics. And I don't think it is so difficult. Will you be able to solve the next one, beta? Don't keep looking at the whiteboard. Looking at the whiteboard. This is not a movie, Fata poster, Nikla hero. And I'm not Alu Arjun that I will, all of a sudden something will come out of the whiteboard and you will be solving the problem. That jinn or whosoever is coming out will solve the problem for you. Looking at the whiteboard, yeah, something is going to come out of that. No, nothing is going to come out of that. Your destiny is in your own hands right now. Solve the question. You will understand what problems you are going to face, what mistakes you are going to make. This is a time where you can make those mistakes and learn from there. If you do not solve questions by your own, you will make mistakes in the examination hall. And that is definitely not the place where you want to make mistakes. Because those mistakes are going to cost. One mistake, one drop catch, and India is out of Asia Cup. Literally. Small mistake can be very painful. And you'll always be remembered for that small mistake. Whatever you do in your other life may not matter. The gentleman may always be known by the drop catch and not by the good deeds that he has done or he will do. The drop catch becomes. That is why if you have to make mistakes, you do it on the practice ground. You don't do it in a match. Nah. Yes, to solve it. This is your practice ground. Make mistakes. 10 mistakes, 15 mistakes, 20 mistakes, all mistakes. I will correct it. Not when you are sitting in the examination hall, because then it is done and dusted. Anyone got an answer? Okay, I will start with step number 1. What is step number 1? All right, frequency f will be equal to k times, which is a number, I don't know, L raised to the power of x, L standing for length, rho raised to the power of y, rho standing for density, P raised to the power of z, P standing for pressure. Then I replace them by their dimension. What is the dimension of frequency, my dear friends? What is the dimension of frequency?
M naught L naught T minus 1.
Chalo, M naught L naught T minus 1, that is correct. M naught L naught T raised to the power of minus 1. This K does not have any dimension, so forget about K. What is the dimension of L? L is length, so L has dimension of L. L raised to the power of X. I hope everyone is following me. Rho is density. What is the dimension of density?
L minus 3 T naught.
Yes, that is correct. M L minus 3 raised to the power of Y. What is the dimension of P? Pressure, my dear friends.
L minus 1 T minus 2.
That is absolutely correct. M L minus 1 T minus 2 raised to the power of Z. That is my step number 1. And physics finishes here. Rest is all maths. Rest is all maths. Now you can equate. Now remember, beta. I always keep on telling you. JEE is about speed. Speed. What matters is not whether you are able to solve the question. What matters ultimately is, can you do it fast? If you have to do it fast, you have to skip 1 or 2 steps. Because if you do all the steps, you will be wasting a lot of time. So I'm going to skip one step. Because right now the equation is in front of my eyes and I can do some calculations in this thing which is known as the head, which is not working for me right now because I'm an old person. But still I will try to use my head and skip 1 or 2 steps and move on to the next one. So I will straight away move on to the step where I equate the coefficients of M. Now I missed 1 or 2 steps in between, but I guess we would be able to calculate these steps in our heads. Just tell me, what is the coefficient of M on the left hand side?
0, sir.
0, sir. That is correct, sir. What is the coefficient of M on the right hand side? What is the coefficient of M on the right hand side? M, the green Hulk. Look at the green Hulk. Green Hulk. Green Hulk.
Y plus Z.
Yes. See, if you train your brain, it is all about training your brain. Your brain is going to respond. If you don't train it, it will never respond. Okay. So 0 is equal to Y plus Z. Y plus Z. Let us equate the coefficients of the next gentleman, and that is L. The pink one. L, the pink one. L, the pink one. L, the pink one. L, the pink one. Yes, my dear friends. What is the coefficient of L on the left hand side? It is definitely 0, sir. What, sir? You can't see, sir. Okay, what about the right hand side?
X minus 3y minus z.
X minus 3y minus z or z. This is absolutely correct. Do we get this? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes, bacha. The green equation is the equation we got by equating the coefficients of M. The pink one, my favorite, is the equation that we got by equating the coefficients of L. Let us now do the next thing and equate the coefficients of the last gentleman, T, which I shall draw in blue, 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 blue. Look. Yes. Can I have the answers, please? Equation, coefficient of T, equating, left hand side, right hand side.
-1 is equals to -2.
Minus 2 power z, sir.
Minus
z.
1 is equal to -2. Mistake. I don't like mistakes. Mistake. -1 is equal to -2z. Yes, that is absolutely correct. That is my blue equation. And now, remember, physics is all over. Physics was over in the first step. You just have to find out the value of x, y, and z. From this equation, you can straight away get the value of z, my dear friends. Please tell me the value of z. This equation straight away gives me the value of z. Give me the value of z.
1/2, sir. 1/2.
Yes, that is correct. Z is 1/2. Absolutely correct. Once you get the value of z, you can put this value of z. Once you get the value of z, my dear friends, ding 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 ding. You can put this value of z ding 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 here and get the value of y. What is the value of y, my dear friends?
-1/2, sir.
-1/2, that is correct. Once you get the value of y and z, you can calculate the value of x from the third equation. So then you put both these things, dung and dung in this equation, and you get the values of z. Can I have your final answers, please? I know I don't know x, so I will write x. I am depending on you to give me the value of x. I have got the value of y, which is -1/2. I already have the value of z, which is +1/2. What is the value of x that you are getting, my dear friends?
X equal to 1, sir.
1? One is not correct.
3.
3? Oh my God. May God have mercy.
-2, sir.
-2, sir? Please try again. Cannot be -2. Anyone?
Sir, -1.
-1. Congratulations. -1 is the answer. And I can't help you in solving this, because if I help you in solving this, you will never be doing it with your own hands. I'll give you 1 minute for everyone to tell me, yes, sir, we have done, and we got the value of x as -1. 1 minute specifically for this. How many of you got x equal to -1? Please raise your hands. Okay, great. See, you do things with your own hands, then you realize where you are going to make the mistake. If you don't do it, you will not realize it. If you will not realize it, you will not correct it. So x is -1, y is -1/2, and z is a +1/2, my dear friends. So now I will move ahead and write f is equal to k. I cannot get the value of this k, no problems. I have got better things. I have got L raised to the power of -1. I have got rho raised to the power of -1/2. I have got p raised to the power of 1/2. This is what I get. Now writing it like this may not look very good, so I will just write it in the form where it looks better. F is equal to K by L root over P by rho. That is the form it is normally written. K is a number whose value is not known, and I will give you this as a homework task. Find out what is the value of this k? Do we understand this, my dear friends, how we have done this? Can I have raised hands from everyone in the class that we have understood this? And we shall be moving on to the next question. I'll give you a minute, a quick minute to have a bite. I mean, to write the question, not a bite. And then I shall take you to the type of language that you see in an examination hall. And that is important. That is how questions are framed in a JEE. And you will see the similar language in this year's JEE as well. Where is my cursor? It is here. It is roaming here. So let me give you time. Let me give you time to note this down. Has anyone noted it down, my dear friends? Yes or no? No, yes. Can I introduce you to the next question? It is waiting eagerly for it to get introduced. Can I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Then comes the next question. And remember, this is how questions or language is there in a JEE. You may not know what is this, but you can still solve this question. The volume V of water passing through a point of a uniform tube during t seconds, t is time, is related to the cross-sectional area A of the tube and velocity u of water by the relation V is proportional to a raised to the power of alpha, u raised to the power of beta, and t raised to the power of gamma. Alpha, beta, and gamma, our old friends, come into the picture. Which of the following will be true? Three options are given to you. No, four options are given to you. And your time starts now, my dear friends. The time starts now. This is how questions are framed. You, my students, you would be good enough, smart enough to solve this. And I am sure you will be able to do it. I wait for your answers, my dear friend. I wait with a lot of patience. I have tons of patience. Let us see whether you can solve this question or not.
Sir, answer is B.
Okay, I got the answer. Answer is
B, sir.
that is correct. Answer is B. Well done. Well done, bacha. What about the others? Are we there in the same class? Well done. Answer is B. That is absolutely correct. Answer is B. No problems. Yes, my dear friends. Shall I do it for you? I'm not getting any nod from anyone. Why is that so? Is it such a difficult question, my dear friends? No, it is not. Chalo. Yes, but you solve this question, na? Tell me how to do it. What is step number 1? Step number 1 is already written on the question, the yellow thing. I'll just write it. V is equal to K. I cannot get the value of K. Not a problem. A raised to the power of alpha, U raised to the power of beta, and T raised to the power of gamma. Now remember, I may not have to solve the entire question. The question asks something else. They are not asking the values of alpha, beta, and gamma. They are just asking the relation. Which relation is true? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I move on to the next step. And the next step is definitely what? Definitely getting the dimensions. L cube is equal to area is L square raised to the power of alpha. U is velocity, Lt minus 1 raised to the power of beta. T is time, T raised to the power of gamma. Do we understand this? Everyone got to this part? Yes or no? Yes. Now there is no M. Don't worry. We don't have to solve the entire question. Keep on doing the steps. Now I equate the coefficients of L. Look at my gentleman L. L on this side. L on this side. L on this side. Equating the coefficients of L, my dear friends. Equating the coefficients of L, my dear friends. What is the coefficient of L on the left hand side? Tell me. It is 3. Yes or no? What is the coefficient of L on the right hand side? Look at 2. Look at alpha. It is 2 alpha plus beta. 2 alpha plus beta, my dear friends. That is the coefficient of L. Do we get this? Yes or no? Well done, sir. Let us move on to T, sir. And I will color it with blue. T here is minus 1. T here is here. And T here is not present. So I will just write it as T raised to the power of 0 because there is no T. And now, my dear friends, I am equating the coefficients of T in blue. On the left hand side, I have a big anda, 0. And on the right hand side, what do I have? What do I have on the right hand side, my dear friends? Coefficient of T on the right hand side, my dear friends.
Gamma, sir.
Sir, minus beta plus gamma, sir.
Minus beta plus gamma, sir. That is correct, sir. Minus beta plus gamma, sir. That is correct, sir. Now I do the simplest possible thing, and that is just to get the equation. Now from this equation, I can easily get that gamma equates beta. And from this equation, I can easily get that beta is equal to 3 minus 2 alpha. Gamma and beta are same, but beta and alpha are not same. Now look at which option is matching. Option number 1, all 3 are equal. It is not possible. Let us go. Option number C. Alpha and beta are equal. Not possible. Let it go. Option number D. All are not equal. Not possible. There is only one option which is possible here. As you can see, it's colored in green. Beta and gamma are same. And they are not same as alpha. So my correct answer has to be B. Are we getting this? Yes or no? No or yes? How many of you got this answer? Okay, well done. So remember, sometimes you may not have to actually get the values of all these coefficients. The question might be asked in a different way. That might make your question easier as well. Remember, here you cannot find the value of alpha, beta, and gamma, all three, because you only have two equations, but you can find the relation, and they just ask you the relation. Can I move on to the next question? Everyone has written this down, yes or no? Comes the next problem, and let us see who can solve this. Is P. P represents radiation pressure. Now you might not have heard the term radiation, but you have heard the term pressure, yes or no? So P is pressure. P is pressure. C represents the speed of light. So C is speed. You heard this term also. Q represents, you don't know radiation, but you know energy. So Q is energy. Striking a unit area per second. There are three non-zero numbers x, y, and z such that, remember, this is how questions are framed. Such that p raised to the power x, q raised to the power of y, c raised to the power z is dimensionless. It does not have any dimension, my dear friend. Which of the following options is correct? That is your task at this point in time. Which of the following options is correct? And I shall give you exactly 2 minutes to solve this one and tell me your answers. Simple question.
Sir, is that C option is correct, sir?
C option is correct, sir. Let me check whether the C option is correct or not. No? How did you get C, beta? So quickly? Did you remember, beta? I always keep on telling you. Answers don't matter. What matters is, are you doing it correctly? The process matters. And I could understand from how quickly you gave me the answer, your process might not be correct. Because you will get three equations to solve. And if you make a mistake in any of the equations, that is why the options are very close to each other. Options are very close to each other. If you make a mistake in any one equation, you might get an absolutely wrong answer. That is why what you need to guard against complacency, and you must be good and fast at solving equations. Basic maths, fundamental maths, high school maths. Because as soon as I write the first equation, which I don't even have to write because it's already colored blue, physics ends there. That is all maths, my dear friends. Simple maths. What you need is simple practice. Throwing caps in the class may not be the right practice that we are doing. Okay. Shall I do it for you? I want you to come up with answers, beta. I give you time so that you can have that confidence that we are solving questions. We're solving questions. And in tomorrow's class, I will show you the question that came in this year's JEE Advanced. Well, up till now, yes, up till now, we have not gone to that last point from which that question actually came. And you will see the language of that question. The language that is written here, you will find the same language in that question, and I'll show it to you.
Sir,
Yes,
option D.
Option
D.
D. No, I think what I have is option B.
Sir.
Chalo. Let me help you out. So what I have is P raised to the power of X, P raised to the power of X, Q raised to the power of Y, and C raised to the power Z must be dimensionless. That means M will be 0, L will be 0, and T will be 0. Okay. Let us now write the dimensions of pressure. What are the dimensions of pressure? M, L
Sir.
minus 1, T minus
Sir.
2. Yes, beta.
Option A.
B is the answer, beta. You have got all the answers apart from B. Okay. Pressure is ml minus 1, T minus 2, which is raised to the power of X. Q. The answer again, what is given in the book may not be correct. We will check it. Don't worry. We will check it. Don't worry. Sometimes the answer may be wrong. I'll do it on my own and let's see. Maybe your answers are correct. I don't know. I've just the answer that is shown in that book is B. I don't know whether you get it or not. Okay. So pressure is ml minus 1, T minus 2. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. What is Q? Q is? What is Q?
LT minus 1.
What? M? Yes, yes. Tell me what is M?
LT minus 1.
M L T minus 1. How did you get MLT minus 1?
LT minus 1, sir.
Okay, C is LT minus 1. Okay. Okay, I was asking Q. Okay, LT minus 1. LT minus 1 raised to the power of Y. Okay. That is Q. I mean, you have confused me, beta. Q. I was talking about Q. What is the dimension of Q? You have given me a dimension of C. What is the dimension of Q? What was Q? Have you read the question? Q was
M1 L2 T minus 2, sir.
M1. Q is, as I said, Q is energy. So it is M L square T minus 2. Yes or no, my dear friends? We all agree on this? Can I have raised hands? And that is what you are mistaken. Q is not energy because you have not read the question carefully. You have to read the question very carefully, and that was the reason I just highlighted this energy part and I did not say the next part. energy striking a unit area per second. That was Q. Q was not energy. So, if you have read the question hastily and only read energy, your answers will come absolutely wrong because Q is not energy, it is energy per unit area per unit time. Do we understand this? The importance of reading the question correctly. Can I have raised hands from everyone that we have understood this? I did it on purpose that I only highlighted energy so that I could see what you are going to respond. And no one said that it's not energy, it is something else. So it is energy, Q is, and let us first find the dimensions of Q. So Q is, let me take this dimension off and let me do it here. Q is energy per unit area. So it is divided by area and it is divided by time. Energy per unit area per unit time. Energy, as you really said, ml square t minus 2. This is energy, no doubt. Divided by area. Area is L square. Time is T. This will give you the dimension of Q. Now, my dear friends, can you tell me what is the dimension of Q? This is how you learn the importance of reading the question correctly. What is the dimension of Q now, bacha? M T minus 3. Do we understand this? Yes or no? Do we understand this? Yes or no? Q is MT minus 3. Can I have raised hands from everyone that we understand this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Realize the mistake that we might make in the examination hall of not reading the question carefully. Okay. C is straight away speed of light. C is straight away speed of light. Its dimension have no problem. It is L T minus 1. This should be equal to m to the power 0, L to the power 0 and T to the power of 0. Now what I'll do is same thing. I will equate the coefficient of mass m on the three sides. Coefficient of m on the three sides, on the two sides. On the left hand side, I have x plus y, and on the right hand side, I have 0. Yes or no? Let us say this is my equation number 1. Then I will move ahead. Then I will move ahead and equate the coefficients of, let us say, L. And let me paint L in yellow, 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 and yellow. L is yellow, and in which color I am going to draw it? I will draw it in black color. So L, which is yellow. On the left hand side, you have 0. On the right hand side, you have 0. On the left hand side, you have minus x. Oh, I did not raise it to the power of z. Minus x plus z is equal to 0. Are you getting my point, bacha? Let us say this is my equation number 2, which I got by equating the powers of L. Then I move on to the third one. And the third one is, let us say, the green T. T is minus 2x here, minus 3 here, minus 1 here also, and T is here. So if I equate the coefficient of T, on the left hand side, I have minus 2x minus of, I have also not raised the power here, y. Okay, minus 3y minus z, that must be equal to 0. That is my equation number 3. I'll have to solve 1, 2, and 3 simultaneously, and then I will get the value of x, y, and z. Are you getting this? Simple mistakes, small mistakes if you make, that is going to make a hell lot of a difference to the eventual answer. The answer that is given to me is this. Can you solve this question as homework and tell me whether the answer is correct or not? Yes or no? Have you understood what we have done in today's class? So in the next class, we will be doing the last use of this, and I will also show you the question that has come in this year's JEE. We may not be able to solve it because we may not be knowing the terms that has come, but it will be very evident that if you know the terms, you will be able to solve this, and you can also see the equation that is used, the language that is used in that question. So I'll see you in the next class and we'll solve that question, and with that we'll wind up this first chapter. That is my task, that we wind it up by this week, and we are on track. So I'll see you there. Have a nice day. Take care. May God bless you all.